Good afternoon, y'all. My name is Fabian Vicks. I am the eighth grade counselor at Dutchtown Middle School, and my presentation is on promoting your school counseling program. So you're probably thinking, I need my counseling program to be seen. I need more visibility with my stakeholders and my other counselors in my district or other places. And how can I be seen? Well, you have to be very mindful on the content that you're going to be doing and the platform that you're using. So we will get to how we could be more professional, what we see as far as getting up to date in our counseling programs. And you want to be more 21st century centric because of the, uh, the climate we're in now, especially with the pandemic. We need to find different ways to be more accessible to our kids and more accessible to our stakeholders and our staff and colleagues and everything. So we need a different way to be counselors in a pandemic. And the purposes of this presentation is to make our program more visible with different tools like podcasting, social media, Sway, and a counseling website. Um, and also with this purpose, we also want to make connections for professional development with other professional school counselors in our field. So you want to design your counseling page. And one of the things that I've learned as far as being a counselor, I have an acronym I figured over time it needs to be lit. The look. Our counseling pages invite or push away our stakeholders if it's not appealing or functional. It got to look good, basically what it's saying. You got to make sure it's modern, it's not old, or you have some outdated things on your page. You want to make sure that you're kind of up. You want to be as up to date as much as possible with your families and your students and your staff, so that way you're meeting the needs of students now versus the meeting the needs of students even as early as last year. Your intent needs to be clear, concise, and you got to be able to show that you're working within your vision and goals of your department. By showing your on your page that your vision and mission statement and your goals for your council department, families can see like, okay, um, this council department is meeting my needs, meeting the needs of my scholar and myself as far as what I envision for my scholar. So you got to make sure that your vision and mission statement is posted on your page so that way parents, district personnel, your staff, your admin, other council can see what your council department is about and say, hey, maybe we could collaborate on some different data points or different ways to make our departments great. The theme needs to fit the personality of your program and your department so that way you can all be on one page, not just your program and your department, also your building. So your building might want to use Bitmoji and you don't have one, you might want to go and create one because if a lot of your staff is using Bitmoji and the council department's not using it, you might want to be jump on the boat to go ahead and do that. Okay. And the Bitmoji craze really hit about April, May when the pandemic was really kicking in and everybody was home. And it's a different way to show creativity in your apartment as well as give a fun side to you. Um, Kids like me like creative stuff, especially the little kiddos like elementary, and some high school kids like it because it's different. It shows your personality. And as you can see here, the first three Bitmojis here are as our council department with Dr. Johnson, Ms. Davis, and myself here. This is our special ed lead, Ms. Hudgens, our social worker, Ms. Khan, our grad coach, Ms. Lewis, and our registrar, Ms. Bell, right here. So this is some of the tools. This is one major tool I use for our counseling department. And the one good thing about Bitmoji is you can set it up to where it hyperlinks to your to different links that you want kids or parents to see. So what I'm going to do is show you how this works on how it works for us. Now I'm on Dutchtown's page and I'm going to our Bitmoji. Okay. This the main page of Bitmoji. We use Google Slides for that way we can hyperlink in the links that we want to go to on different items. Um, I made a video for that. I need to probably post it to YouTube. You can have it. Let's say, for instance, I want to go to click on this picture right here with me. That's something we're going to talk about a little bit later, is podcast, is YouTube. This is a video of me playing saxophone. I do a Christmas concert every year at church, so you can find that on there. Another thing you can find on my page, if you click on, let's click on the picture right here of me getting my master's degree. That is goes to my Weebly page. I use as a digital portfolio, where you can see I use a slide presentation for 8th grade. I have one here. It's not showing up here, of course not. I wouldn't do that now. I have some old lessons from I use for PBIS when students are not able to go to the PBIS celebration. Also have a bullying report from 2018. They haven't received an updated number yet, but you can see right here, I embedded a bullying report. You can also put some stuff on here as far as things how to get to know you. You can use it as a bio page, duties and responsibilities, what you do right here. It could be like a digital resume or a digital portfolio that you can use as far as marketing yourself. For those counselors that might be trying to look for like a position in as far as your state association, or possibly you're looking at advancing your career as far as you're ready to go on to like a different level, like high school or college, anything like that. This would be a good form of creativity for you as well. And it's a separate page for that, for the fact that you use this for parents to show this is some things that we're doing on the council page as far as our council department, excuse me. And it could be a subsection of what you're doing outside of what you're doing around your school. You can use this as a different platform as well. If I click on this link here, where it says click and make an appointment, it links you to our page where you can make an appointment. Yeah, you could have just clicked right there, but if you just, let's say for instance, I had this page on my main page, you can just click on it and you can make an appointment with any of the counselors that's in the building. If I click on Twitter, it should take you to the Dutchtown Council Department Twitter page. It is DMS Council Dept. DMS Council Dept. That's our counseling page right here. And you can just add us and, we'll see the messages, everything like that. So that's how we communicate with parents or stakeholders through our counseling page right there. Another thing right here, if you click on the DMS, the Dutchtown Signia, it takes you back to my page. So if you need to refresh your camera where you're going, you just click on there. If you click on me, let's see where it goes to. It's going to click on a video of me playing, the same video that's linked there. Let's say, for instance, I want to click on the picture of me as a drum major. It's going to take you to a career one stop where it takes you to a career assessment page. So that way you could do an assessment exercise on what kind of career you fits you based on how you answer those questions. So you can look at how, if I want to be a doctor, but it tells me I need to be possibly you're more interested in being an accountant or something like that. That's how that will work for those that never did an assessment before. Different ways you can link to different things. You click on it, you just play around, you click on it, you access so many different things on the page. You get the feel of the counselor that's on there, or they get the feel of you, excuse me, and they can find some pretty cool stuff about you, or find some things they didn't know about and be more invested in what you're doing. Now let's go back to the main presentation now. So if you don't feel like typing all this in, just type in Dutchtown Middle School in Google. It'll pull it up. Make sure it's Henry County, Georgia. I think there's one in Alabama, so you make sure you got the right one. So make sure you do that. Other things I've used for my council department, I use Adobe Spark. That is used that to create an introduction video of myself for the new 8th graders and the parents. You just click on it on I'll go to YouTube and put intro to Mr. Vicks, I think, or you just click on this video right here on the presentation. On the Dutchtown on my Weebly page, we just talked about that. We just talked about that. There's a digital portfolio, a resource for extra resource for stakeholders. Before we go to podcasting, one platform that's pretty different from what other people have used is Sway. Sway is basically it's basically like a vertical PowerPoint. Instead of going horizontal, it's going to go vertically. It's going to go up and then you go up and down. It's different. You could make it how you want to. Now, on the screen I'm sharing right here, this is a Sway with a core curriculum I did on time commandments. And I've used that based on Biggie Small song, the 10 crack commandments. So that way, there's 10 rules to being successful and being organized. And this is going to be helping with executive skills for students. So on PowerPoint, I attached some music along to it. So that way it can drive up the senses and implement some, I guess, engagement as far as the music. So that could be a form of music therapy you put in there as well too. That's one of my favorite songs also. So of course right here, it looks regular, but you can make edits to it as you need to. So if I want to go make some edits to it, I will go back to, it's a Microsoft tool. So it's this open and bright. I want to edit it though. So I want to say I want to do I'll start from a document. Upload your old, excuse me, not old. You can upload your present presentations and turn it into a Sway. I could turn. I want to do where is it at? I just saw it. I want to do my advisory council and turn it to a Sway. So I'm gonna go find the file, school council advisory council meeting. It's gonna open it up. After it opens, this course Sway is basically a different type of web page. You can edit it. It's easier version to make a web page. Easy thing I found out with Sway is to create your own PowerPoint and then upload it. So that way you don't have to do a lot of form. You do some tweaks versus trying to build it from scratch. So that way it would be a lot easier to create a PowerPoint. And it seems like double work, but it's not really. If you're doing PowerPoint, I did upload it Sway. You don't do a lot of editing. So once you upload it, once you go down here, let's see. Let's say for instance, I want to do an autoplay. You can make an autoplay right here as far as how it moves. This is just based on me what I've uploaded. You can change the settings to change every minute. If it depends if you're doing presentation this way, it'll move when you tell it to move. Same thing like PowerPoint, but like the only difference is this is vertical. So it slides in and it's a little bit different. But if I want to edit it, of course I'm gonna click on edit and it's gonna take me to what style I want to use. I can change it to I could change it to PowerPoint. Or if I want to change the design or the color, I could change it to like I want to put my school colors on there. So you get a little bit more function, a little more creativity with this. I want to be a little more funky with my design. You don't want to do that, especially on the professional side. You don't want to make it too eye-catching because it'd be distracting to the viewer. If you want to change the wording in your presentation, here's the storyline right here. Now, if I want to add a section right here, I can add a section. And I want to say I want to add a stack or image or whatever. It'll give you that option. Then you can just add a stack or image or whatnot you want to add right here. So you have different things how it presents. You can move it around up here like this. You can move some slides around. You can put it in a different way. Now, I wanted to rule this here. I can move it here. I can make the focus point on right here. I want to put the focus point on that word right there, and it's going to focus on that word. So once you play with ways, you see it's a little bit more funner than PowerPoint, but at the same time, it's a little bit more, it's a tad bit more tedious, but it's different, and you get the eye of the presenter, because when you're looking at a web page, you scroll up and down so they can look at it. It's like going through a web page anyway. So this is something that you might want to use anyway, as far as getting more attention, as far as your presentation, getting more buy-in, as far as uh, more focal points on your presentation with Sway. A little bit more work, but it's different. It's pretty cool. I use it once or twice for some PBIS presentation. It's not bad. I just just don't feel like doing all the extra tweaking to make it right. So I just stick with PowerPoint um, or a web page. Now, my last subject, what I'm going to talk about is podcasting. Um, it's the easiest medium to get your word out. It can be used for professional development both ways, where you're giving professional development by going on podcasts or doing a podcast, or if you hosting a podcast, you can get somebody to come in. I've seen a school in Texas use this as a platform for core curriculum. So you can record your core curriculum with your scholars and then turn the audio into a podcast and use that audio as, like, make up assignments or something for to put on your webpage, just in case some parents want to hear it, or stakeholders might want to say, hey, they did a podcast on this for their school. It's just different form of communication. Stakeholders can easily access those episodes if you make it available. Like, you put your Anchor website on your page, they can access your episodes, so that way they can see what you've been talking about. So yeah, I have a podcast. Some of y'all do know this, some of you might not. If you don't, it's called The Council Connection with Fabion Vicks. That's my second season as having my podcast. I want to help experienced counselors in our field to become better counselors, as far as from technology to DEI, to social justice, to technology, to different things that I think we need to be more effective counselors presently. And this is a form of communicating and advocating for our profession, because some folks might not have time to go to PD, might not don't want to spend the money to go to conference, the ASCO or GSCA or whatever. This, to me, like, little things like this is a form of professional development, so that way they can hear, like, hey, I never heard of that before. What did he say on that podcast? Let me download the episode where you heard it from. So that way you download it, you get the whole experience, and then you could use that podcast as a marker for what you are utilizing for your counseling program. It's pretty cool. Um, I like doing podcasts, and hopefully I get to continue on and have more great guests. Hint, hint for you people that are out there. Um, Shameless plug. I'm just playing. But if you do want to come on, that's cool. Um, and that's pretty much it for my presentation. This is how you will find me. You'll find me at Dutchtown Middle School. That's my school number. That's the webpage for Dutchtown Middle School. This is my school email, and my Twitter handle. The Twitter handle is at Fabe the PSC. You can find me on Twitter. I'm on there. Just talking about a lot of educational stuff. Might have a meme or two hanging around, but and I hope to hear from you guys, and I hope this is helpful for you, and you have a great rest of your day.